Ulysses was built in the Leslie Yard at Hebburn-on-the-Tyne in 1871. 310 feet long, 1,900 tons, she was iron-built with a full sail rig on 2 masts, a central compound steam engine, and large holds fore and aft. She was built for Alfred Holt, one of the great Victorian engineers and entrepreneurs. Trained as a railway engineer, Holt used his expertise to design improved engines and boilers for his ships, and also laid down construction standards that made them amongst the strongest vessels afloat. So successful were his designs that the ships of Holt's Blue Funnel Line, and this is 1865's Agamemnon, earned the nickname the China Boats for their steaming range. In the summer of 1887, Ulysses left London bound for Penang in Malaysia, under the command of Captain Bremner. The voyage to Egypt and her transit of the Suez Canal were uneventful. So as they steamed south through the Gulf of Suez on the evening of the 15th of August, Captain Bremner checked his position and left the bridge for some sleep. And in the early hours of the 16th of August, Ulysses struck the northern face of Gubal Seghir, small Gubal Island. Captain Bremner was confident his ship was in no immediate danger, so a passing steamer, the Cabela, was hailed and asked to send help from Suez. And a couple of days later, HMS Falcon arrived, towing a pair of barges for Ulysses' cargo. That cargo, including barrels of mercury, was slowly transferred, though high winds forced Falcon and the barges into the shelter of the reef. And when the job was almost complete, Ulysses' back broke and she sank at right angles to the reef. It's a tribute to the strength of Alfred Holt's ships that Ulysses sat on the reef for 2 weeks before she sank. The similar Carnatic had lasted just 2 days. Ulysses lies on the north side of Gubal Seghir, and almost always she's dived from liverboards that moor in the shelter of Bluff Point. So your dive will start with a Zodiac ride, which can be quite lively. The current here can run either way, but usually it's south toward Bluff Point. So you'll drop a little beyond the wreck, a negative entry works best, and you'll see the bottom of her hull as you drift onto the wreck. This area of the hull is slightly raised off the seabed, and it's often full of batfish. Continue to the stern for the prop and rudder, but take the time to search this sort of vegetation for flabellina. Then round the stern. Here's Captain Bremner's bath, guarded by these nearby clownfish. Look up and you'll find part of her steering gear. Then you can swim into the hull itself. It's open and spacious, and a torch is nice but not essential. At the bottom of the hull is the prop shaft. Follow it forward. And finally you'll reach this opening and can view the flywheel. Holt's engine is just beyond, but it's not accessible. Make your way out of the wreck. You'll emerge about here, and there's plenty of other wreckage to see around. It's also a good area to find scorpionfish. Then follow the wreckage up the reef. You'll find her covered in these sergeant majors. Leave the wreck, going with the current, and simply enjoy the reef. If you dive in the afternoon, you might be lucky enough to see this pod of dolphins. Sometimes they'll even stay and play with the divers. And when you get to the end of the dive, put up your DSMB, swim out from the reef, and take a Zodiac ride back.